a newbie. All right, so let's start today laying down on our backs. I'll turn my music off here. So we'll get comfortable on our backs. Turn on my airplane mode so no one can disturb me. And once you come onto your back, before we close our eyes, let's hug the knees into the chest and just rock in any direction, side to side, back and forth, or circular motions, and just give the back a massage. And then let's just take a brief twist. We'll let the knees fall to either side that you want to start with. Arms reach out like airplane wings. Then we'll switch over to the other side and take your little twist. Arms are open, shoulders fall back towards the floor. And then we'll breathe and come back to center and take a full body stretch, straighten the legs, reach the arms up long. And then bring your hands onto your body, whether they're on your low belly, or you can bring hand to your heart if you'd like, so wherever they're comfortable. Take a breath in and out and close the eyes. Feel the belly move with your breath. And just taking a few breaths here, silently on your own, just to arrive into your personal space of practice. Entering into your space while you let all of the things that are bothering you or that don't serve you, let them be pushed out to the side, letting them out the door or out the window. Those things, such as many different thoughts that you might have, can wait outside as we enter into our consciousness, enter into the current moment. And as you breathe here, taking note of how you're feeling today. If the body is feeling energized or tired, if your mind is racing or feeling a little bit spacey. Take one more big round of breath to settle in. And keeping the eyes mostly closed, or you can start to open them a little bit. We'll interlace your fingers and bring your palms behind the back of your head and resting the entire weight of your head into your hands. You could even take your thumbs, if you'd like, and gently massage the back of your neck so that the entire weight of your head rests into your hands. And release that tension from the neck. You can use the thumbs to help with that. And then we're going to bend both knees, and we're going to just take some yoga bicycles on your own. So inhaling to cross one elbow to one knee, and exhaling to switch. And moving with your breath back and forth. Take about 10. Just to warm and fire up your core. Oh yeah. And work on that 6-pack. And about one more so that it's even on both sides. And then rest. You can rest the head onto the mat. You can bend or straighten the knees and just take a little break. And then we're going to take that second core warm up for the lower and abdominal muscles. We're going to bring the feet into a butterfly like we did in the past. Feet come into butterfly position, soles of the feet together. We're going to reach the arms straight up overhead, lengthen and take a breath in. And then exhale, curl and round, lift your legs and reach your hands in prayer position towards the feet. And we'll inhale to lengthen, let the feet come down. And take a couple of these, 5 to 10 on your own. And take one more. Last one. And then rest. Whatever you want to do with the legs. And if you want to straighten the legs or keep them in butterfly. And we're going to heel toe the feet onto your mat. Keeping the knees bent and scoot the heels in nice and close towards your body. Arms come out down along your sides. And we'll flip the palms downward onto your mat. Roll the shoulders back. And we're going to lift for bridge here when you're ready. First by aligning your head so that your neck is in a neutral position. And when you're ready, lift the hips and find your bridge pose. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths here. Breathing into the front of your body. Breathe into your belly, your chest, shoulders, collarbone, throat. Next inhale, Lift your heels off the ground and exhale, roll slowly all the way down. Pause for a moment once the tailbone meets the mat. And then together, when your back feels like it's ready, you can sway the knees side to side. Good. Hug the knees back into your chest. Rock in any directions. And then let's take happy baby so we can kind of open up the hips before we come into our next standing and seated postures. And then you can rock side to side. Let's take happy baby. And whenever you're prepared to, we'll slowly come up to seated, whether you want to rock back and forth, or if you want to roll to your side and press your way up. Good. We'll bring the legs out into the shape of a V, spreading them to this out a couple degrees to either side. Ground your sits bones beneath you, spread the toes. We're going to inhale, lengthen, reach your fingertips in front of you. And then exhale, wide-legged folds, any amount, nice and gentle. Because that, even for me, as you see, I'm moving my hands just a couple inches forward. And that's all I need until I can to feel that opening. Every inhale, lengthen your low back. Every exhale, you don't necessarily have to fold farther, but start to lead more with your chest with each exhale. Spread your toes if you can. Take 3 more nice breaths here on your own. Good. We'll start to walk the hands back towards you, come up tall. And then we're going to take a side bend. You can start on either side, reach whichever arm you want to start with, up and over. Nice little side bend. Keep the toes and feet flexed. Wherever direction feels good for the neck to look in. And we'll inhale, come back through center and up and over to the other side. We'll come up through center as you inhale, and we'll take 1 more on either side, 1 more side bend. And inhaling through center, over to the other side. And we'll inhale back through center, and we'll bend the knees and bring the feet together into a butterfly. Hands hold on to ankles, or you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around the big toe. That's another type of mudra that we can take in yoga as well. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we'll just briefly fold here. Curl and round. And take a big breath in and roll back up to a long spine. And then we'll flutter the knees. We're just loosening up these hip flexor muscles here. So we're going to get into those in a second. Good. And then while we're seated, we'll use the hands to guide your knees back together. We'll straighten the legs long. Spread the toes. Inhale, lengthen. Let's reach the arms up actually. Arms reach up alongside the ears. Scoop in your low belly and lengthen. And then nice exhale, fold forward. Hands can go wherever they can rest so that we're not pulling ourselves forward. We're just letting gravity fold. And try your best to spread the toes. Ooh, it doesn't feel super easy for me right now. The hamstrings are so tight. Those darn hamstrings, they'll give you some problems. That's why we're going to take care of them. Take another breath here to soften even a little bit more. And we'll inhale, come all the way back up. Hug your right knee. Well, I'll mirror you guys. Hug your right knee into your chest. Keep it to the inside or cross it over, whichever you prefer. Some people might decide to be a pretzel today and bend this knee and tuck it back, but I don't even feel like doing that. That doesn't feel good to me. But if it feels good to you, go ahead and do that. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And exhale, twist. And you know what to do. Other arm reaches back, lengthen, and twist. Awesome. Take a big breath in and big breath out to unwind. Switching the crossing of your legs, either inside or crossing to the outer edge. This leg is straight or bent, whatever you prefer. Right arm reaches straight up, lengthen, and twist when you're ready. And take another breath in and breath out to unwind. Uncross the legs, and we're going to come to tabletop. Using anything under the knees if you need to. The only reason I don't right now is because I left it over there and I don't feel like getting it. Yeah, take some cat-cows, especially after we did that two core warm-ups. You might hold cow more than cat, or make them nice and equal, nice and slow. Transition in between. Using the breath to guide. Or you can think of your yoga practice or your asana practice is also what we call the physical practice. You can practice your asana by using your breath as a guide. And you can think of the metaphor of stepping up 10 flights of stairs. You could run up the stairs, all the flights, and when you get to the top, most likely you'll feel very out of breath. But if you breathe every step of the way, and you mindfully make sure that you take a breath each step, then by the time you get to the top, you most likely won't be as winded. Because when life gets busy, we forget to breathe. And I'm speaking for myself here. Let's bring the spine to neutral. You will either walk the knees back or hands forward a little bit to make some more space between hands and knees. And then we're going to shift forward just so that the shoulders become a little bit more in line with the fingertips so we can find that modified plank. Good. We'll just take this plank for a moment. If the wrists are hurting, come to your fists. Or if that's not comfortable either, you can take a block if you have a block. Good. Take another breath in. And then exhale, lower all the way down, chaturanga. And then let's come up to any back bends that's possible. If you come up to your sphinx with the palms still on the floor, perfect. Or possibly come up to sphinx, coming up to forearms. Wherever you do not feel pinching is perfect. Press to the tops of the feet and engage the core, imagining lifting your low belly a millimeter off the ground, as if a tiny little ant could crawl under that space underneath the belly. Good. Lengthen both the front and the back of the neck. And let's take 3 breaths here. I'll give you an optional option if you are feeling like it. You could even bend your knees here and find King Cobra variation. 2 more breaths. One more. Good. If the knees are bent, place them back down, and we'll come down to rest. And then let's open the shoulders. We're going to reach. I'm going to start with my right arm. Right arm will reach out to the side, straight out to the side, palm touches the floor. And left knee will bend. And when you're ready, resting your right ear to the mat, rolling as far to the side as you'd like until you feel opening in the shoulder. Whether you keep your front body still on the mat or if you come to the side body. Stack the knees or plant the foot behind you, whatever works out here today with your shoulder. And of course, the shoulder joint is a much more sensitive joint than others. It's something that is much more easily injured. So just be nice and gentle. Because as you guys know, you guys are all professionals here at this point. You'll feel in your body at first, it might feel like nothing, but shortly that intensity will grow. So finding that awareness of just the right amount that suits you. Take 3 more big breaths. Slowly roll back through center, planting your right palm back along your side. Left arm reaches straight out to the side, right knee bends, and preparing with your breath and then rolling as far over to the side as you like, allowing if one side needs to be different, just in case if anyone's had any injuries or anything like that. And I think pretty much all of us have done this pose in real life before, so you probably don't even need me to explain it. So I'll be quiet. Let's take 3 more breaths. Slowly roll back forward. Plant the hands. And then we're going to press up through tabletop. Bring the knees right directly under the hips and walk your hands forward for a puppy dog stretch. Walk your way to tabletop, walking the hands back a little bit closer to you. Prepare your body, and we're going to come to downward dog, first one. So once you get there, take those breaths to settle in to this pose. Because I don't know about you, but during this entire pandemic thing that's going on, every time I come into a downward dog, I just go, ugh. It's the pain. So just be mindful, rest when you need to. Use movements if you like the movements. Breathing nice and deep. And in your down dog, prepare your body to move. And then inhale, lift your right leg up for three-legged dog. As you exhale, exhale all the air and bring your foot between your hands. Whether you take one big step there or if you need the hands to help with the process, we're going to bring the back knee down either onto a squishy surface if needed or just your mat. Hands onto the floor or on something that gives you a little bit more height. We're going to shift forward and back. Just at your own pace. You can experiment as you, on your own, shift your weight back, either pointing the toes, keeping the ball of the feet on the mat, stretching the top of the foot there, or you can flex it for those difficult calf muscles. So the calf muscles are usually pretty much everybody has tight calf muscles, I've noticed. Especially from my friend Cassie, she's a yoga teacher over at Yama Yoga, and she's also a massage therapist. And she's agreed that calf muscles are always tight. So if anyone's looking for a massage therapist, Cassie is amazing. And she practices her massage therapy with her boyfriend as well, and they do two different styles. This is turning into a commercial. Next breath in, we're going to keep the front knee bent. Left hand will plant on the inside of the foot, either on the mat, on the fingertips, or onto your prop. And then we're going to twist. We're going to reach the right arm up to the sky and twist. Your choice. If you want more intensity, you can curl the back toes under and lift the knee for a little bit more intensity. Or if this feels fine, keep the knee down. Let's take 3 breaths here if possible. Keep that grounded hand even with all the weight distributed in the fingertips and pads of the fingers. Good. One more breath. Awesome. Bring both hands forward and step back into downward dog. Walk it out. Yeah. We're going to inhale and exhale to prepare your body to move. And next inhale, lift your left leg. Three-legged dog. Exhale all the air to bring your left foot forward. Bring the back knee down for now. And set up your hands at any level that's needed, and we'll start to shift forward and back. Breathing, imagining with each breath, creating new, healthy, positive cells in the bloodstream. Breathing nice and deeply, because with breathing we can obviously do so much good, specifically breathing into the low belly, where we have our enteric nervous system, breathing into the chest, where we have that gland by the heart that helps produce those T cells to help protect our immune system. Slow and steady. Awesome. We'll take one more. And then next inhale, we'll meet with bending the front knee. Right hand plants onto something, and we'll twist, reach the left arm up to the sky. And then your choice again, if you want to keep this back knee down, or if you want to curl the toes under and lift the back knee. And nice big breaths here. Even weight onto the supporting hands. You might even choose to come to your fist if you need to. I didn't mention it on the other side. Nice and strong. One more breath. Fabulous. Both hands come forward, and we'll send the foot back to downward dog. Walk it out, pedal it out. Turn the head yes and no. Good. On your next breath in and out, take that big breath to prepare your body to move. Inhale, roll forward either to plank or knees down for modified. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend of your choice. And exhale, we'll come down to rest. Inhale, come up through tabletop, and nice and slowly, gently, child's pose. You can wiggle or sway the hips side to side. And make it so that the head can rest comfortably onto something, so that the neck can relax. Breathe into the entire space of your back, expanding the backs of your rib cage. and letting the hips sink towards the heels. A couple of you, naturally, the hips touch the heels, and others, such as myself, it's not really going to happen. So if you're on the side of your hips are touching your heels already, you can find other ways to kind of deepen your experience here, either by gently turning the head side to side or rocking the hips side to side, or changing your arm variation to different options, straight ahead or arms along your sides. And we'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Take another breath to prepare. Then let's come up through tabletop and then to downward dog. Take a breath in and out to prepare to move. And we'll inhale, extend your right leg up to the sky. And exhale, send your right foot forward between your hands. This time we're going to pivot the back heel for warrior one. So set up for warrior one, and when you're ready, inhale, sweep the arms up. I'll adjust so you can see me kind of here. Good. Bend and straighten the knee if you need to. Relax the shoulders, maybe just roll the shoulders down and back. And reach through the fingertips as if you're shooting those magical little lasers out of your fingers. Find that drishti or focal point, something steady to gaze your eyes at as you breathe. Good. Nice. I can see all of you in your warrior poses. You guys look fabulous. Good. Let's take one more breath here, nice and strong. We'll inhale, reach the arms up a little bit higher, or maybe even slightly back for a baby back bend. And then exhale, reach forward, plant your hands, and step back into downward dog. Walk it out if you need to. Prepare your body to move with your next inhale and exhale. And then breathing in, lift your left leg. And exhale, bring it forward. Pivot the back heel, warrior uno. Warrior number one, because you're number one. And then we'll come all the way up when you're ready. Good. Check in again with that focal point if that helps you to feel more stable. And breathe. Nice. Good. I love seeing everybody in the little screens. And nice and strong, equally through both legs. Breathing like a warrior. And take another breath in and out. Inhaling to lengthen a tiny bit more, or maybe reach back slightly here. And then exhale, reach all the way forward. And then let's step forward to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Let's inhale, lift halfway, create a nice flat back like a table. And exhale, soften your knees and fold. If you want to hold elbows or touch the floor or touch your legs, or you could even get fancy, interlace the fingers behind your back and open the shoulders if you'd like. You could even rock side to side if that feels good. And this is a good time to turn the head yes and no, and just get the pressure off of the neck, off the spine, letting all the vertebrae just spread out here, releasing all of that tension. And we'll inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, let's sweep the arms all the way out and up to the sky, come to standing. And then we'll bring hands to your sides, mountain pose. Palms roll forward, eyes soften, or you can close the eyes, shifting the weight until you're centered. Letting the shoulders draw down and back. And just experiencing being in this moment. Taking just a minute here to observe how you're feeling now compared to the beginning of class. Whether it's better, hopefully not worse, but it could be. however it's going, no judgment, just kind of check in. We'll take a big breath in to sweep the arms up overhead. And we'll exhale, swan dive forward, lead with the heart. Lifting up halfway as you inhale. Folding as you exhale, and we'll tiptoe the feet back or walk the feet back to downward dog. And take a breath in and out to prepare to move. We'll inhale, roll forward to plank or knees down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend. Take 3 breaths. Next, exhale, coming down to rest. breathing to press yourself up through table and over to child's pose. Any movements that feels good here or stillness. And take another breath in your child's pose. And then we're going to come to our backs. I just realized I didn't switch my camera angle. So come to your backs, take your time to get there. And we're just going to hug the knees into the chest. Just like we started. Hugging them in nice and close. And massaging the back. And we did so many things just now. Time flies. And let's turn this into a nice gentle twist. If you want to stack the knees, or if you want to straighten the legs, or you could cross the top leg over if you'd like to change the variation of the legs. A nice relaxing twist. Relaxing with the breath. Twisting the spine and the digestive organs. I've heard probably 100 times. I've heard other yogis describe twisting as if you're wringing out a dirty dish sponge, which that's a fun visual if visualizations is good for you. But keeping in mind that the main focus is to get that blood flow circulated nice and evenly through the organs, help them function at their best. Especially right now, we have to keep our bodies nice and healthy, more so than usual. And we'll inhale and bring the knees and your head back to center. Pause, and when you're ready, let them fall to the other side. Twist. And next breath, we'll bring the head and knees back to center. And take any last movements here on your own. Whatever sounds good, a full body stretch, or hugging the knees back in, or a back bend might be nice here. Coming to bridge. And then getting set up for Shavasana. As I try to get up. Good. So we'll get ready for Shavasana here. I'll fix my messy hair. And for the Shavasana, just setting the intention of not having an intention, if that makes sense. Setting the mood of just being open and just being ready to take on whatever life wants to throw at us. Because it's proven with this Zoom call as an example that we can work through anything just by breathing one breath at a time. So we'll close the eyes and just start to relax the muscles in your face. Some of them are a little bit stubborn, especially the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, and all the little muscles around your eyes. Sometimes you'll relax those muscles and then all of a sudden, without thinking about it, they'll just tense right back up. So possibly checking back in with the facial muscles a couple times. Letting the weight of your head be supported by the surface beneath you. Opening up your heart, letting the shoulders fall back naturally with the gravitational pull, as well as legs, feet, and toes. Letting everything open up like you're opening a book. Or one of those brand new soft cover books that are having trouble staying open at first. Softening wherever the breath is being sent. Letting go of any expectations. And just laying back here, just experiencing any thoughts that come in and out. Being aware that all of those thoughts are not reality. They're just a creation in your mind. All of the do's and don'ts, all of the past and the future, all of the to-dos, the grocery lists, the errands, letting them all fall to the side as they might try to come back, but just acknowledging that you'll come back to those thoughts and needs later. Feeling the temperature of your breath. Feeling the fabric of your clothing hugging your skin. Shavasana. Slowly and steadily breathe in through the nose into the lowest part of your spine, and breathing out, letting out all the air. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes, reawakening the body from head to toe. Gently rolling over to one side, resting your head comfortably, and just reminding yourself briefly of one or a couple things that you're grateful for. Once you found your gratitude, come up slowly to your seated position, hands in prayer position, breathing as usual. And as you breathe, I ask you here silently, how does it feel to be you right now in this very moment? Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me. Namaste.